Hi everyone and welcome in. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's devastating video, please subscribe and like. As we know, they found Gannon Stauch's remains Wednesday in Pace, Florida. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, let's get into this sad article because we all know they have found Gannon Stauch remains in Pace, Florida. So, out of Colorado Springs, Letecia Stauch, the stepmother and accused killer of Gannon Stauch, will now face a new set of formal charges. The announcement was made by the district attorney's office in El Paso County on Friday afternoon following the pivotal discovery of the boy's body in Florida. It absolutely changes things, El Paso Senior Deputy District Attorney Michael Allen said. Letecia now faces a charge of first-degree murder with intent and deliberation, plus 8 other crime and violence sentencing enhancer charges. These new charges are added to the original 4 charges that we originally filed in this case, Allen said. Although Allen said he isn't discussing the circumstances surrounding Gannon's death or the discovery of his body because it might compromise the integrity of the investigation. He made it clear that authorities believe the murder happened in Colorado. That I just can't even. We have jurisdictional requirements, so we couldn't charge it if we didn't think that the murder occurred here in our jurisdiction, Allen said. Now this part, let's break this part down. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office is still actively investigating the case. They are hoping that anyone who saw Letecia Evil Bitch between February 3rd and 5th in the Florida cities of Pensacola, of Pace, that's probably a typo, where Gannon's body was found, to call their tip line at 719-520-6666. And the email, I'm going to drop all of that in the description. And guys, thanks for the email. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm wide awake, but I am going to check them first thing in the morning. And we'll start with that family tree. Also, I used to live in Pace, Florida, and I spent a lot of time driving this road back and forth every day over the flats to go to work. And as I saw the news break and the video come out, I knew exactly where they found Gannon's little body. So let's get into that and let's see the area. And I don't even know what the heat index was in Florida at that time, but let's talk about the days she was in jail to when she got out and the trip from Pace to South Carolina. The mileage was weird in its own. Guys, let's get into it. Things and break down from when Gannon went missing to her being arrested and him being found in Florida. So, although Allen said he isn't discussing the circumstances surrounding the boy's death or the discovery of his body because it might compromise the integrity of the investigation, he made it clear that authorities believe the murder happened in Colorado. So Gannon was killed in Colorado. He was found in Florida. We have jurisdictional requirements, so we couldn't charge it if we didn't think that the murder occurred here in our jurisdiction, he said. So that alone is very interesting, and he ended up in Florida. So how do you guys think Gannon got from Colorado to Florida? Obviously, I believe that she brought him on the way to South Carolina, but the question I can't think is why Pace, Florida? So let's get into the timeline real quick. So January 27th, 2020, Letecia Evil reports Gannon missing. February 2nd, Gannon's neighbor, Roderick Drayton, releases surveillance video, which we all know she left with him and came back without him 4 hours later. February 3rd, investigators from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office and crime lab technicians were spotted searching for evidence at the Stauch family home. February 5th, Gannon's father and mother released an emotional video plea for information related to Gannon's disappearance. The 28th of February, court records show investigators sought an arrest warrant for Letecia. March 2nd, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of Letecia Evil. And March 18th, Gannon's remains were found. Now, some people think that she passed him off and, that person took Gannon and drove him wherever he ended up. I don't believe that. I believe because of the charges, let's get into the charges. So we've got, and now we know she faces new charges of first degree with intent and deliberation, plus 8 other crime of violence sentencing enhancer charges. So we've got first degree murder in position of trust, child abuse resulting in death, tampering with a deceased body. That right there makes me go, I'll tell you why in a minute. And tampering with physical evidence. So, first degree murder after liberation, a person commits the crime of murder in first degree if he knowingly causes the death of another person after deliberation upon the matter. Deliberation required for conviction for murder in the first degree is defined as cool reflection for any length of time, no matter how brief. And of course, Letecia Evil is back in court April 14th at 3 p.m. So let's get into the maps. From Colorado to Pace, from Pace to Myrtle Beach where she was arrested. And let's go and look at the area where I believe Gannon was found. But you guys tell me what you think. Alright, so let's get into the maps. You figure from Colorado Springs to Pace, Florida, it's about 22 hour drive. It's a 4 hour and 50-minute flight, but we know she probably did not fly with Gannon in a suitcase. So let's just say that she drove. If anyone knows the answer to this, because I don't, how she got to South Carolina. But if she drove to South Carolina from Colorado Springs, why did she choose Pace, Florida? You've got Colorado all the way to Pace, 22 hours. So she drove there with Gannon's body in the car. The reason why I say about the body with tampering with the corpse is because obviously from January 27th until she left for her trip, she had to hide him somewhere. And I still believe he was out on highway, the 100 and the 83, I think, by Monument. But let's go now from Pace to South Carolina. So if we're going to take the Pace, which is bizarre because it's like 666 miles. Tell me that is not bizarre. This one is showing 667, but earlier it pegged at 666. So from Pace, Florida to South Carolina, she's got about a 10-11 hour drive. But why did she come all the way from Colorado up here, from Colorado all the way to Pace, and then from Pace all the way to Myrtle Beach. Why didn't she just go from Colorado to Myrtle Beach? Okay, so why didn't she? Why did she not go from Colorado Springs to Myrtle Beach? It looks like it's about a 26 hour drive. And I wonder also with these toll roads if she was picked up, because Gannon had to get from Colorado Springs to Pace, Florida. But do you not wonder why Pace, Florida? Does she know somebody there? Is there a reason for her to bring him there? I noticed when I read Chance's obituary that one of his aunts, it was an Oxidine, Teresa, lived in Panama City, Florida. But I'm going to have to dig and see what the connection, why Pace, Florida. Now let me show you where I truly believe Gannon's remains were found. And it just absolutely breaks my heart. Alright, so here is an overhead of Pace, Florida. Now, I happen to know this area very well. I know Florida very well. And when you come over the 90, which is called the Flats, you come into Pensacola. So this whole big area over here is Pensacola. You've got Northeast Pensacola. You've got Bayview Park. This is Pensacola. You've got the Woodspring Suites that I know very well because I know somebody who worked there. Anyways, let's get on to the 90, okay? So if we're going to go into Pace, Florida, we're going to come down here onto the 90. Alright, and let's see where we are. Let me do a little... Alright, so we're down on the 90, and we are heading south. So we're leaving Pace, Florida, and we are heading towards the Flats to go over the water to get into Pensacola. So let's just see real quick, because this is up here. Pace does not have too many highways that go through Pace, Florida, but they've got the one, which I truly believe is where they found Gannon. So let's go up here and see exactly. Alright, so right up here, and I'm going to put that video side by side once I get up here. But this is the billboard where this is from. Let's see the street view. April 2019. So I truly believe that they are parked around here. Maybe not as far back, but I believe around here. Coming up the overpass. You've got a few cars, that one car that's parked going the opposite way. Back here. Right around here. And then, I mean, let's see if you can't see anything if you go from the other side because you're up on that pass. But this is just right outside of Pensacola because you've already crossed the Flats going to the south. And right through here too. This is where I truly believe they found little Gannon's remains. Fly high, G-Man. This is just absolutely horrible, horrible, horrible news. So I want to know what you guys think. Did she drive here? Do you think she passed him off to somebody who's been silent this whole time that the police didn't know about? Because I think they would have been arrested already. I think she is a cold, calculated, one-man show. But why did she go to Pace, Florida? Do any of you have any ideas why she went to Pace? I don't know. Let's try and figure it out, guys. And let me say, in my opinion, I think she mentally tortured Gannon every day of his life, just like the phone call or the candle and the burn mark or whichever it was. I also think that she put his body somewhere in Colorado after she killed him. This is so heartbreaking. And then she went back and got him and drove to Florida and then drove to South Carolina where she was arrested in the beginning of March. But why did she go to Pace, Florida? Guys, drop your comments, drop your opinions. I really want to hear how you think Gannon got from Colorado Springs to Pace, Florida. I'm very interested on everyone's thoughts, and I will get back to you. And like I said earlier, I will check my emails first thing in the morning and start working on the family tree. We know that the Letecia evil psychopath is back in court on, what was it again? April 14th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And that's about it, guys. I am going to wrap it up, but I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Have a good day or a good night, and please stay safe and stay vigilant.